I'm having my morning tea and I wanted to have coffee talk or tea talk if you want to call it that, and talk about cheating. I'm not talking about your man or your girl. I'm talking about with food. A lot of you have what we call cheat days and cheat foods. A cheat day is what a lot of people do in order to stay consistent with their diet. They'll stay on track. Well, this is just an example. This is an example of how I used to do it. They stay on track. Darn phone. They stay on track during the week, and then on the weekends, they're allowed to eat whatever they want. So a cheat day would be a day where you can eat whatever you want. I'm a firm believer in eating whatever you want, but I'm also a firm believer in balance and moderation. I'll talk about that in a second. I need to take a sip of my tea. So anyways, what a lot of people don't realize is that there is an emotional aspect to food. If you can get a grasp on your emotional food voice or your food mind, I don't know what you want to call it. Actually, I've never taken a course in nutrition or dietetics, but I wonder if they have a course on food psychology, because there really is a whole psychology to food. If any of you have ever watched shows like The Biggest Loser, you see that it's not just about, okay, I really like bonbons, like I really like eating bonbons and Twinkies and cookies and cake all day, and that's why I'm 400 pounds. A lot of these people have deep psychological problems that cause their addiction to food and cause them to hate themselves and to become obese. So anyways, there's whole psychology related to food. The big points that I want to drive home is that food does not have to control your mind. Like, you have control over food. Food doesn't have control over you. A lot of us do what is called binging. I don't mean binging in a you have an eating disorder kind of way, you're finna go throw up in the bathroom. I mean binging like we will go on a rampage and eat everything that's in the cabinet. The cookies, the cake, the pasta from last night, and then after you've had something bad, you feel guilty. So you're like, well, hey, I ruined my diet. I might as well eat whatever else and then start tomorrow. This is really, really dangerous thinking. And this is something that you should never do again in your life. Never do this. Never do this again. Never do this again. Put your right arm up and vow that I will never binge again. This is one of the most harmful things you can do to your body. It's not only bad for your diet, but it's bad for your psyche, and it's bad for your body. If you have something bad, honey, that is not going to hurt you. Most of us know that it takes 3,600 calories in order to gain a pound. And that's in addition to your regular daily intake of calories to manage your weight. I'm not going to gain any weight. Say it's 2,000. I'm not going to gain any weight if, for example, I have eaten my 2,000 calories for the day and I eat half a tub of ice cream, because it would take 3,500 extra calories for me to even gain a pound. So do you see what I'm saying? It's a cycle. We eat something bad, we make ourselves feel guilty, and then we binge, and then the cycle continues. We're working out and restricting ourselves and saying, I'll never eat another cookie again. And the cycle reiterates. You have something bad. That's another thing I want to talk about. I don't see any foods as bad or good or cheap. It's all food, and if you like it, you like it. If you like candy, you like candy. If you like cookies, you like cookie. Nothing should be off limits. Nothing should be considered bad. This is what feeds into people's, food psyche and causes a whole bunch of emotional problems, because you feel guilty. You make yourself feel bad if you have some cookies, and it starts a really kind of unhealthy thinking about food. If you look at people who are just naturally skinny, or those people who seem to eat whatever they want and never gain weight, just observe some of those people. Those people eat whatever they want. They don't go, to the food court and then be like, I want a salad with chicken on it from McDonald's. They get themselves a hamburger, but they make it themselves a small hamburger and a small fry, and maybe eat that, or get a big meal and then just eat half of it. Like, they don't deprive themselves. They eat whatever they want. They just keep it in check. And because they keep it in check, they never feel deprived. Thus, they never binge or go overboard. You see what I'm saying? It's a cycle. You can have control over your mind and over food. Stop letting food control you. It sounds really stupid, but so many people do it. Stop letting food control you. The food doesn't have a mind of its own. You have your own mind. My thoughts on cheating are that cheating is allowed all the time. The complete opposite of how I view relationships. There's no such thing as cheating. You eat whatever you want. There's no good foods, no bad foods, no cheating. Feel free to have whatever you want. Once you see that your mind begins to feel freer and you're not restricting yourself, you'll be less inclined to binge on the so-called bad things for you when you get the chance. So just a little coffee, talk, and tea time. Hope that helps you. I'm going to be uploading another video within the next day or two. See you guys then.